how are you today? Nice meeting you today here in Korea.
Nice to meet you too.
Would you explain who you are to our audience?
Sure, my name
Even in Korean.
안녕하세요, Roger입니다.
Oh, very good. That's good.
My name is Roger Veer. I was the first person in the entire world to start investing in Bitcoin-related startups and blockchain startups. And today I'm the CEO of Bitcoin.com and very, very happy to be here in Korea.
저는 지금 전 세계에서 비트코인에 투자한 최초의 사람이고요. 비트코인.com의 그 회장으로 한국을 방문했고, 블록체인뿐만 아니라 비트코인을 연구한 최초의 사람이다. 이렇게 하시면 되겠습니다. Anything more on your achievement so far? Bitcoin.com, you're the chairman of Bitcoin.com.
Right.
As well as what other activities you could explain to Korean?
Yeah, so most of my effort is focused on Bitcoin.com at this point, but originally, as I mentioned, I was the first angel investor in the entire world to start investing in Bitcoin-related companies. So some examples of that are Kraken, and actually I put up the seed money to start Ripple as well, and blockchain.info, and quite a few others as well. So basically, almost the entire first generation of Bitcoin-related companies were founded with seed money that came from me.
이 사람이 최초로 엔젤 인베스트먼트, 비트코인에 대한 엔젤 인베스트먼트를 최초로 시작했고요. 크래켄도 했고 시작했고, 리플에도 약간 투자를 했고요. blockchain.info 이런 데도 해서 블록체인에서는 모든 비즈니스를 시작한 장본인이다 이렇게 설명합니다. Okay, after 5 or 8 years of your work with the Bitcoin, why do you suddenly change to a Bitcoin Cash?
So I've been involved in Bitcoin for almost 8 years now, and I've been giving the exact same presentation about Bitcoin for that entire time. And that presentation is that Bitcoin allows you to send and receive any amount of money with anyone, anywhere in the world, instantly, basically for free. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop you or block your payment or freeze your account. And everything I've been saying for the last 7.5 years about Bitcoin still completely applies and is completely true about Bitcoin Cash. It's no longer true about Bitcoin Core. So as many of you will already know, last year in August, Bitcoin, the one single Bitcoin, split into 2 versions of Bitcoin. Now there's Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core. Bitcoin Cash works the exact same way Bitcoin did since 2011 when I first got involved. Bitcoin Core doesn't even work as money at this point. If you transfer money from one person to another using Bitcoin Core, you lose a percentage of the money that you have each time, and it's not even usable as cash at this point, whereas Bitcoin Cash works as cash, as described in the original Bitcoin white paper, and that's the characteristic that made Bitcoin become this worldwide phenomenon that it is today. So I didn't change. Bitcoin Cash is the exact same version of Bitcoin that I got involved with to begin with. And that's a lot to translate. I'm sorry.
How long does it take to use Bitcoin Core compared to Bitcoin Cash?
So it depends a lot. So in December of last year, the average confirmation time for a Bitcoin Core transaction was on the order of several days, actually, because the network was so full and there were so many transactions lined up waiting to be confirmed in the blocks. Whereas Bitcoin Cash, your transaction is always confirmed in the very next block, and it's not double spendable before that anyhow. So Bitcoin Cash transactions are basically instant. Bitcoin Core transactions might take 10 minutes or they might take several days, and you really don't know. Whereas Bitcoin Cash transactions are basically free and basically instant.
Yeah. 8년 동안 지금 비트코인 PR을 하러 돌아다니셨고, 비트코인이 좋다, 비트코인을 사라, 비트코인이 정말 세상을 바꾸는 이런 무기다 이렇게 이야기했어요. 그래서 비트코인은 어디에서나 어느 세계에서나 어느 국가에서든지 항상 사용할 수 있다. 그리고 그 누구도 멈출 수 없는 이런 거대한 세력이다 이렇게 얘기했습니다. 그런데 이 사람이 last year when we had this Bitcoin Cash last year, which month you were saying?
August 1st.
August 1st. 그런데 작년 8월 1일 날 지금 이제 비트코인 캐시가 나오면서 이 사람은 지금 비트코인 캐시에 대한 전도사로 일을 하고 있습니다. 왜냐하면 비트코인은 지금 현재 만약에 돈을 보낼 때 비트코인 코어라 그래요. 그걸 BTC라 그러고, 비트코인 캐시는 굉장히 빨라요. 인스턴트 하고 빨리 걸리면 금방 그 자리에서 돈이 갑니다. 내가 우리 아들이 미국에 있는 아들한테 보낼 수 있어요. 하지만 비트코인 코어 BTC는 several days, 뭐 며칠이 걸릴 수도 있고 어떨 때는 10분이 걸리지만 오래 가요. 그래서 이제 나는 비트코인 캐시를 지금 전도하고 있는 이런 상황입니다. 이렇게. That is very good. I can now understand Bitcoin, BTC and BCH, two different things, and you have to promote more in Korea.
Yeah,
Bitcoin
BCH
cash.
and BTC, very different things. One is usable as cash, the other isn't usable for much of anything at this point.
그러니까 비트코인 캐시는 이제 현금처럼 그죠 얼마든지 빠른 속도로 우리가 이용할 수 있기 때문에 비트코인 캐시를 내가 지금 만들었고요. 비트코인은 다 아다시피 그죠 누가 만든 거 알고 있죠. Why Bitcoin Cash is more like Bitcoin you explained, right? And do you have any more merit or better, cheaper of course? What are the things that you can mention? Bitcoin Cash is better than Bitcoin Core.
Sure, Bitcoin Cash is cheaper to use, faster to transact in, and more reliable to transact in. So if it's cheaper, faster, and more reliable, and more private as well, it makes it better money than Bitcoin Core. So the big thing that Bitcoin Cash has to, at this point, is to grow its network effect and have more people around the world using it. We've built a really great tool. It's only in English at the moment, but any of the people that watch this, if they go to free.bitcoin.com, we will send them about, about 100 won worth of Bitcoin Cash for free. They don't have to do anything, and they can see just how fast and instant and reliable it is by going to free.bitcoin.com.
Free.bitcoin.com.
Yeah.
Oh, FREE, right?
Yep, free.
Okay. 비트코인 캐시는 cheaper, 싸고요. faster, 더 빠르고요. 그 다음에 reliable 합니다. 더 신뢰할 수 있고요. 그 다음에 더 private해요. 더 우리가 사람들에게 그저 더 많이 알려지지 않고 내가 개인적으로 트랜잭션을 할 수 있어요. Why is it more reliable? Could you tell us
Sure.
the technology?
Sure. So the people that managed to wrestle control of the BTC version of Bitcoin Core, they openly say that they want the blocks to be full on their blockchain. But if the blocks are full, that means that not every transaction can be included in the next block. And everyone has to bid against each other to be included in the next block. And you have this backlog of transactions waiting to be included in the blocks. But if you're trying to transact in it, you want your transaction to be included right there in the very next block. And as if that wasn't bad enough, they also implemented this thing called replace by fee, which allows the transactions to be changed at any time up until the point they're recorded in the block. So it makes it very, very unreliable for use as money.
비트코인 코어는 BTC는 우선은 이 비트코인은 블락이 있어요, 그죠? 그 블락을 꽉 채워야지만 다음 블락으로 이제 정보가 가는데 비트코인 캐시 같은 경우에는 안 채워도 된다. 거기 빨리빨리 트랜잭션 빨리 하려면 빨리 움직일 수 있다라고 이야기를 했고요. 만약에 비트코인 코어 같이 BTC를 이용할 때는 이제 그 속도가 너무 느린 거예요. 왜냐면 그 블록을 다 채우고 그 다음에 블록을 채워가지고 거기에서 많이 트랜잭션을 하려면은 백로그가 깁니다. 그래서 길어서 이것을 처리하는데 시간이 오래 걸려서 지금 뭐 하루 또는 뭐 며칠이 걸려야 돈이 전달이 되는 이런 상황이에요. 그래서 아무튼 비트코인 캐시가 더 낫다 이런 주장을 하고 계시고요. If you want it, www.free.bitcoin.com에 들어가면 일단 뭐 들어가면은 그저 곧장 100원씩 나눠주고 캐시를 받을 수 있습니다. What else can we do with the freebitcoin.com?
Yeah, so on free.bitcoin.com you can get your free Bitcoin Cash, and the rest of the website is primarily in English, but we have all sorts of news. We have a forum. You can actually play games with your Bitcoin. You can learn all about how Bitcoin works. So it's a fantastic resource for people to learn about Bitcoin and use them.
그래서 free.bitcoin.com에 들어가면 들어오자마자 그죠 돈도 주고 거기 살 수 있는 게 뉴스 읽을 수 있고요. 그 다음에 뭐 여러 가지 짤 수도 있고, 그 다음에 게임도 할 수 있고요. 그 다음에 뭐 여러 가지가 들어와서 돈도 보내고 비트코인 캐시에 대한 여러 가지 알만한 정보들을 알 수 있습니다. Okay. Why Bitcoin Cash is more important for the whole crypto sort of currency world?
Sure. So they're called cryptocurrencies because they're meant to be used as a currency. And so Bitcoin Cash has the best characteristics to be used as a currency because it's fast, cheap to use, and reliable, and has a giant network effect, and is a fantastic thing to use as a currency in commerce. And we're starting to see that happen all over the world, and especially in Korea. Bitcoin Cash is already very popular here, and many merchants are accepting Bitcoin Cash as payment in Korea and Japan and the rest of the world as well.
비트코인 캐시가 왜 크립토커런시 이 월드에서 중요하냐 제가 이렇게 물었더니 크립토커런시 아니냐, 커런시이기 때문에 우선 화폐로 작용을 잘해야 되는데 비트코인 코어 같은 경우, BTC 같은 경우에는 너무 느리다, 그죠? 슬로우. 하지만 비트코인 캐시는 fast하고 cheap하고 reliable하고 싸고, 그죠? 빠르다. 그래서 커런시 역할을 할 수 있는 것은 바로 비트코인 캐시다, 이런 주장을 합니다. So, do you have your representative Korea office here in Korea or in Japan?
So we have two people helping us directly in Korea, and maybe someday we'll actually open an actual office for Bitcoin.com, but we don't have one in Korea yet.
Okay, 지금 현재
But you can apply at jobs.bitcoin.com if you want to help us spread. Yeah. Jobs.bitcoin.com.
Bitcoin.com.
Yeah. If you want to help us spread Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, that's very good. 만약에 이제 비트코인 캐시를 여기서 홍보하거나 뭘 원하시면 또 bitcoin.com으로 연락을 해서, 그죠? 거기에 여러분이 어플라이 할 수도 있고요. 지금 현재는 한국에서 두 사람이 돕고 있고, 한국에 지금 현재 사무실은 없습니다. 사무실이 오픈되어 있는 건 없습니다. Okay, so how do you see the Korean market for Bitcoin Cash? Is it big? Is it small? Is it medium size? How important is it?
Korea is incredibly important. It's one of the countries that's leading the entire adoption of cryptocurrencies more than just about any other. And so because Bitcoin Cash works so well as cash, and Korean people love cash, I think Bitcoin Cash is a great fit for Korea. So we're going to see lots of adoption in Korea.
Yeah.
Right? You like cash, right?
Yeah, yes, Bitcoin Cash. I have some Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it goes up and down. But I know that in the beginning, when your Bitcoin Cash is launched, Korea was the place to just buy Bitcoin Cash. It was, some people are saying it was some sort of, strategy. Was it you that promoted here in Korea? That's why it boomed here in Korea. Is there anything story behind it?
No, I think Korean people are very smart, and they realize that Bitcoin Cash is usable as cash, and Korean people love cash, so they went and bought lots of Bitcoin Cash.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's just as simple as that. Bitcoin Cash works as cash.
Yeah.
People like cash, so
yeah.
we bought it up.
한국 사람들이 처음에 비트코인 캐시가 나왔을 때 제일 많이 샀어요. 리플도 많이 샀지만 그래서 혹시 작전 세력이 있었냐 이렇게 물어봤더니 그게 아니고 한국 사람들이 캐시를 좋아해서 비트코인 캐시 쪽으로 몰려든 거다, 이렇게 좀 이야기를 하고 계십니다. And also you're saying holding is important. Why holding is not? I mean, holding is not important. Is not good for ecosystem. Spending it and
I think holding is just fine. But at the end of the day, if you want to use something as a store of value, it has to have another use case. And that other use case in cryptocurrencies is to use them as a currency. That means to buy and sell things and engage in commerce using them as a currency. And so it's right there in the title of the original Bitcoin white papers. It's a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, right? A cash system means you're using it to buy and sell things. And if you're using it to buy and sell things, then you can also use it to save your money, just like people save their money in Korean won because they can spend Korean won everywhere in Korea. So if we make it so people can spend Bitcoin Cash everywhere in Korea, people can also save their money in Bitcoin Cash.
왜 지금 물어본 게 제가 비트코인은 사람들이 사가지고 계속 가지고 있어요. 그런데 홀딩 하는 게 크게 좋지 않고 스펜딩 하는 게 좋다, 이런 주장을 많이 하니까 왜 그러냐 이렇게 얘기했더니 역시 비트코인 캐시는 캐시다, 그죠? 그래서 use 캐시를 많이 활용을 해라. 그리고 원래 비트코인을 만든 사토시가 피어-투-피어, 그죠? ASB에게 가는 일렉트로닉 캐시라고 했어요. 그것도 캐시라고 했으니까 많이 활용을 해라. 이 홀딩 하는 것보다, 그죠? 스펜딩, 유징하는 게 더 우리에게 도움이 된다라는 이런 주장을 하십니다. 오케이, Jeff Berwick, Dollar Vigilante. I watch his video all the time. Yours as
I'm
well.
very glad to hear that. Yeah.
There are not many people watching it in Korea. And what is the relationship with you, Jeff? Is he coming here?
Maybe he'll come to Korea at some point. So my relationship basically is that I'm a fan as well, and I enjoy watching his videos, and I enjoy his content, and I think it's very good, and I enjoy going to his conferences. But I don't speak to him on a regular basis. I'm not in regular contact with him, but I love the content that he puts out on the internet, and I love the message that he's spreading.
Yeah, he moved from Canada to
Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah. What is it, Acapulco or something, right?
Yeah, he's in Acapulco, Mexico.
Yeah.
So.
His background is always, wide open sea or something.
Beautiful background.
Yeah. 오케이, 제가 달러 비줄란테를 만든 그게 조직이에요. 제프에 대해서 물어봤어요. 그 사람이 항상 he promotes Bitcoin Cash all the time. So 그 사람이 비트코인 캐시가 좋다 뭐 이런 이야기를 많이 합니다. 그리고 그 사람은 지금 캐나다 사람인데 멕시코의 아카풀코로 이사를 가서 거기서 많은 이제 활동을 하고 있고 he organizes quite a lot of programs, right? He had organized recently Acapulco,
yep.
Yeah, Acapulco something. So many people came, do you know?
A lot, yeah. It was totally sold out. I think well over 1,000, I think. So it was totally sold out. I think they could have had significantly more people attending if they had a bigger venue. So next year it'll be even bigger. Maybe I'll get to see you in Mexico next year and Acapulco.
Yeah, I went to Mexico several months ago, so I may visit again.
And I saw actually at this conference there were some other Korean people that came to Mexico.
Really?
And so they saw me this morning and said, hey, I saw you in Mexico.
Oh,
nice
goodness.
to see you again. So.
Okay, he is 아카풀코에서 이번에 1,000명 이상이 와가지고 많은 이야기 했습니다. 그 사람이 주장하는 거는 앞으로 국가가 필요 없다. 국가가 필요 없이 모든 사람들이 이쪽으로 크립토 커런시를 이용하면서 세상이 많이 바뀔 것이다 이런 얘기합니다. He's always talking about no nation state is necessary, and is he actually sort of threatened by some of these big sort of CIA, FBI, or he was always mentioning that somebody's following me or he's a bit worried, right? Because he's always saying that no nation states are
we don't need them anymore.
We don't need them anymore. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so anytime you're trying to change the status quo, it can be very dangerous. So I don't think he's unjustly paranoid about those sorts of things. I think it's a real possibility.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There are some evidence.
Yeah. Anytime you're trying to change the world, the existing world order will do what it can to stop you from doing so.
그 사람이 지금 세상을 바꾼다, 체인지 월드를 하려고 하니까 많은 사람들이 협박, 위해 협박 이런 걸 받는다 봐요. 그래서 물어봤더니 누구든지 세상을 바꾸려고 하는 사람은 항상 기존의 세력들한테 살해 위협을 받거나 뭐 그렇게 할 수도 있다 이렇게 얘기합니다. Why do you think we don't need them anymore? Need the nation states anymore? Because lose of control of money is one sort of factor. What other factors?
Well, even philosophically, if you take a moment to look at what it is, you have one really small group of people bossing everybody else around and telling them what they can or can't do. And if you disobey those people, they'll hurt you. But what gave them the authority to control my life any more than I have the authority to control their life? If I started bossing them around and sending them threatening letters in the mail, they would think that I was a crazy person. But when they do the exact same thing to me, people just say, oh, it's the government, so that's okay. So another example here in South Korea, for example, if I went and told you, you have to work for me for 2 years and you're not allowed to do anything else and you'll go to jail if you do something else, you'd think I was a really bad guy. But the people in the Korean government do that to every single young Korean man. They have to serve in the Korean military thing for a couple of years while they're very young, and if they refuse, they go to jail. Well, there's a word for that when you force people to work against their will. It's called slavery. And so basically the Korean government is claiming the right to enslave every young Korean man. And of course the things they do in North Korea are much, much worse. But that doesn't mean that the government in South Korea isn't doing bad things. And so anytime anybody anywhere in the world is doing something bad, we should point that out and say, hey, this should stop. You don't have the right to enslave people and force them to work against their will, even if you call yourselves a nation state or a government. And it's not just South Korea, it's all sorts of countries all over the world doing those sorts of things. And I think when people stop and think for a moment, there's only three options. Either somebody else owns you, everybody owns a little bit of everybody, or everybody owns themselves. And I'm a fan of the idea that everybody owns themselves, and if you own yourself, then these other people don't have a right to tell you what you can or can't do with your own life, because it belongs to each of us. And that's a lot to translate, but I'll let you do your best. So.
Okay, North Korea actually have 10 years of service, you know.
Even worse. How long is South Korea? About 2 years?
Yeah, less than 2 years nowadays.
Yeah.
Less than 2 years. A
Okay.
year and 6 months, year and two months. Now it's getting shorter.
So life is very short. I'm sure young people would rather spend the year and a couple months on things that they would choose.
Yeah, there are some a religion which refuses military service, and they do not go to jail anymore.
But I'm glad you do that.
Because religion, certain religion, one religion here in Korea. 이 사람이 지금 왜 국가가 필요 없냐 앞으로 이렇게 얘기했더니 역사를 봐라. 항상 왕이라든가 아주 파워를 가진 사람이 여러 사람들을 이제 군림하고 보스로 뭐 야단을 치거나 그죠. 어소리티 권위를 가져가지고 컨트롤을 하려고 합니다. 이 컨트롤을 하려고 하는데 똑똑한 개개인들이 점점 자기가 똑똑한 지식을 가지게 되고 권력을 가지게 되면 앞으로 이런 것들이 불가능해져요. 생각을 해봐라. 이매진 이렇게 얘기합니다. 만약에 어떤 사람이 어떤 그 어소리티가 당신은 내 밑에서 2년간 아무것도 하지 말고 일을 해라 라고 한다면 그것은 바로 그게 슬레이브리다, 그죠? 노예이다. 한국이 바로 그 짓을 하고 있는데 그게 뭐냐면 군대에 가야 한다라고 모든 젊은이들을 불러가지고 정부를 위해서 일을 하라라고 한다. 그거는 노예라고 우리가 부르고, 특히 북한은 더하다. 북한은 뭐 내가 10년이다 이렇게 하니까 놀라는데요. 그래서 앞으로 미래의 세상에서는 누군가가 누구를 소유하는 이런 세상이 있고, 누군가가 누구를 절반을 소유하는 세상이 있고, 아니면은 내가 나 전체를 소유하는 이런 세상이 올 거다. 3번 나는 everybody owns themselves, 자기 스스로 자기를 소유하는 이런 세상으로 가게 되지 않나. 그게 바로 국가가 필요 없다라는 우리의 주장입니다. What are the reasons that we do not need them? We do not need the nation states.
Well, basically, at their core, it's just a monopoly on violence. And we're taught in school growing up that monopolies provide poor quality service at a high price. And so we're taught that monopolies are bad. So it's very, very clear, like the fact that there's not a monopoly when it comes to making cars or making electronics or computers. Cars are relatively cheap and quality is good, and the computers get cheaper and better every year. Right? The handy phones in Korea get better and cheaper every year because there's competition. Well, why shouldn't we have competition in the areas that the government is generally viewed as providing? So competition in law enforcement and the provision of safety services. Let's have some competition rather than a monopoly, because anytime you have a monopoly, you're going to have a high price and bad quality products, and that's what we have with the services that come from governments.
정부는 모노폴리를 하고 있습니다. 정부는 독점이에요, 그죠? 자기가 모든 것을 다 컨트롤하려고 하는데 그거는 이제 일단은 우리에게는 폭력으로 다가옵니다. 우리는 모든 정부에서 하는 이야기를 전부 다 들을 필요는 없고요. 모노폴리는 항상 나쁩니다. 자동차를 만드는 회사가 다 하나 다 현대만 있다 그러면 지 혼자 자기 마음대로 하죠. 경쟁자가 있어야 합니다. 그래서 항상 컴페티션이 있어야지 더 좋고 임프루브 할 수 있어요. 정부는 모노폴리입니다. 그래서 우리는 정부가 필요 없다라고 이야기를 하고 있고, 앞으로 그런 세상이 올 것입니다 라고 이야기합니다. I know that you're involved with the free society.
You really did your research.
Yeah, I want to be I'm the representative of C-Steady.
Okay.
As well as Bit Nation. Susan, Bit Nation.
Susan, yeah, of course.
As well as another one, I'm Korea representative, Korea director for those. And I'm trying to, what was the one who is in Serbia and Croatia?
Yeah, Liberland.
Liberland.
Yeah,
Liberland. I'm trying to approach them saying I want to be a Korea director for Liberland. Susan came. I invited her over several times, and Susan came. So, Free Society, what is it?
So, Free Society, we've raised more than $100 million of private capital so far.
$100 million.
Yeah. US dollars. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
and we're planning to come up with a lot more than that. And we're going to go to some traditional governments around the world. And we're going to approach them and say, hey, we want you to sell us some land that you're not using currently, but grant us sovereignty with that land. And we'll set up the world's very first non-nation in which we can actually see what happens when we have some competition in a market in the services that governments are traditionally viewed as having provided. And if you're, a libertarian, you think this is a good idea, you should support our project. But if you think we're completely wrong and that we need governments or the world would fall apart, you should also support our project, because if we fail miserably and it turns into some horrible thing, all the people that think we need government will have something they can point to and see, that's what happens when you don't have a government. So no matter which opinion you have, you should be supporting our project with the Free Society.
Okay. Free Society라는 게 있어요. 그 Free Society는 뭐 리버랜드도 있고, 그다음에 시스테딩 인스티튜트라든가 비트네이션 뭐 이런 것 쪽으로 이제 국가가 필요 없다 해서 가상 국가를 만들거나 그렇게 하고 있는데, 프리 소사이티도 지금 땅을 사거나 아니면 성을 살려고 하고 있고요. 지금 현재 1조 원 정도로 모았네. 와우, it's increased to $100 million. From my last checkup, it was less than this.
It's been $100 million from day one.
Yeah, day one? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we're planning to have a way for the public to participate, and I think it's not unreasonable to think that we can raise several $1 billion.
Several $1 billion. Okay. 그래서 거기에다가 non-nation 뭐 이런 거 경쟁력 있는 거를 만들고요. 국가가 사실상 필요 없다라고 이야기하는 사람들이 리버테리안이라고 합니다. 이런 자유주의자들이 많이 모여서 앞으로 지금 현재 $100 million 뭐 조금 있으면은 그죠 10조 100조 정도도 모을 수 있다 이렇게 이야기를 하고 있습니다. Do you have a certain sort of area where you are focusing on, like Seasteading Institute is now buying somewhere around Tahiti, yeah. Tahiti, that's a French sort of region. They have signed a contract with them, and they try to move people to Tahiti 2020 or 2022, somewhere around, some 40 households.
Yeah, so we're looking for areas much closer to the rest of the world, with access to trading partners. Trade is incredibly important, and so the areas that we're the most interested in are actually places in Europe and places in North and South America. So.
Okay, you're looking for an island, or rather?
It doesn't need to be an island at all. So just any place where we can actually have some land with some sovereignty, that we can try this experiment of having a free market in all services and see what happens.
And do all the transaction with Bitcoin Cash.
I'm sure Bitcoin Cash will be very, very popular there, but at the end of the day, there won't be a monopoly as to what type of money people can use. People will be free to use whatever type of money they think is best.
What kind of government sort of format, like Liberland, they say, direct democracy. So in English, you'll be English-speaking nation, right?
Sure. So in the Free Society, there will be an initial constitution, but there won't be any centralized government at all. People will just be able to they'll be free to do whatever they want that's peaceful, so long as it's in line with the original
Therefore,
constitution.
there is no parliament or anything like
no
that.
Parliament, no elected officials, no politicians.
That's good.
That's great. It's wonderful.
We have to get rid of all the politicians.
There's enough politicians in the world already.
That's right. Wow, here in Korea, politicians are very powerful. However, their days are going, going down here, going down the drain. Anyway, so Free Societies, when do you sort of expect to have some sort of a contract, or within 5 years, within 10 years?
Ideally within this year.
Within this year?
Yeah, that's the goal. So, hopefully within 2018.
2018. So there are some negotiations are going on at the moment.
There's definitely some talks, and we have some ongoing discussions with a couple of different places.
Mm-hmm. If you do that, like Seasteading Institute, you know, they have energy with solar panels, solar farm, or solar, you know, as well as algae, microalgae type of food, and they are very anxious to have sort of medical services within it, so that they do not have to have a tax.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Do you have some sort of ideas like that too?
I think people will be able to figure out what the most economically efficient use of the land is, and they'll build businesses that are useful for them. So whatever people want to do, as Leonard Reed said, anything that is peaceful. Right? That's a good way to live by. Anything that's peaceful.
Okay. Who is he?
So Leonard Reed was the founder of the Foundation for Economic Education, and he wrote a book actually entitled "Anything That's Peaceful." And so he was an economist earlier in the last century, and a guy whose thoughts influenced me as a kid when I was reading some of his books when I was younger.
그러니까 이제 프리 소사이어티 지금 거의 그 내년에 올해 안에 아마 자리를 정하고 그죠? 수조 원, 수십조 원을 가지고 국가를 만듭니다. 거기에는 당연하게 문화분리를 하는 정부도 없고요. 그 다음에 국회 없어요. 특히 정치인들은 전혀 들어오지 못하게 한답니다. 네, 이런 식으로 경제를 잘 운영하기 위해서는 남미, 북미 혹은 유럽 쪽에 지금 땅을 사거나 아니면 섬을 살려고 지금 노력하고 있습니다. Okay, thank you very much for the Free Society. Like Bitcoin Cash and all the other cryptocurrencies are now sluggish at the moment. Compared to the last December, or when do you think this will be sort of sorted out, or SEC's regulations and European regulations, whatever the regulations, will be friendly to us?
I don't know when they're going to be friendly to us, but I think they haven't been nearly as hostile as a lot of people expected early on. So all in all, I think they have been pretty friendly. If you look at the prices of cryptocurrencies today, they're still much, much, much higher than they were last year at this time. And so at the end of the day, if you're looking to invest in different cryptocurrencies, look at the ones that are the most useful. Whichever ones are the most useful, I think are going to do the best from an investment standpoint. And Bitcoin Cash to me seems to be right up near the very top of that list.
지금 현재 이 크립토 세상이 지금 조금은 이제 슬러기시하죠. 그 언제까지 그렇게 될 거냐 이렇게 물었더니 지금 현재 가격도 몇 년 전보다는 훨씬 더 지금 높은 것이다. 그리고 비트코인 캐시 같은 것처럼 유스풀하게 캐시로 사용할 수 있거나 아니면은 아주 백그라운드가 그저 튼튼한 이런 코인들을 사는 것이 더 좋지 않겠나 이렇게 이야기를 합니다. Do you have anything else in mind rather than Bitcoin Cash? Are you going to have another sort of an ICO, develop another coin even faster than Bitcoin Cash or anything?
We've been discussing doing an ICO with a portion of the Bitcoin.com website. We haven't announced anything publicly, but we thought it might be interesting to do an ICO with the games portion of Bitcoin.com. And we've been talking with some lawyers to see what their opinion is on doing that, but I think that would probably be hugely popular.
비트코인.com이 이 사람이 만든 거예요. 비트코인에 대해서 최초로 투자한 회사예요. 비트코인.com이 거기에서 게임 쪽으로 해서 ICO를 할까라고 지금 현재 변호사들하고 이야기를 좀 하고 있는 그런 사람입니다. Would you like to say some advice to Korean investors, or would you like to say anything about yourself or final sort of comments?
Sure. So you're lucky to be in Korea because there's so much exciting stuff happening here. So look for the cryptocurrencies that are the most useful in commerce, and those are the ones that are going to be the most successful from an investment standpoint. I think Bitcoin Cash is at the top of that list. And for those of you that can read English well, Bitcoin.com is a fantastic resource to learn all about all of these different cryptocurrencies.
지금 한국이 크립토커런시 이 암호화폐에 대해서 아직까지 부정적인 면도 있고 뭐 사람들이 잘 이해를 하지 못하는데 이 크립토커런시가 가장 훌륭한 기술이고요. 그리고 크립토커런시 중에서는 또 비트코인 캐시가 아주 좋은 이렇게 활용하기 좋은 그런 코인이다라고 조언을 해줍니다. I think I've asked all the questions that I had.
And tell your friends and tell your family and tell everybody you know about cryptocurrencies. Help them set up a wallet and show them how it works, because there isn't any one single company backing Bitcoin Cash or most of these other cryptocurrencies. So it's up to us to spread the word and show our friends and family how they work.
Bitcoin Cash wallet 이런 것도 같이. So you have a wallet?
Of course, the Bitcoin.com wallet.
Yeah, Bitcoin.com wallet. Okay. It's
available
wallet.
in Korean. So,
yeah, really?
Yeah, Korean.
If you go to
한글 wallet 있어요. Bitcoin.com wallet.
Bitcoin.com wallet. Okay. Very good. Bitcoin.com 가면은 월렛이 있으니까 거기에다가 돈을 옮겨 놓으면은 무사하게 이제 해킹 없이 no hacking.
No hacking. And you can do multi-signature wallets too. So it's
what is it?
You can use multi-signature wallets too. So it's very convenient
multi-signature wallet
for a business. So you can have multiple people within the business have one key to the wallet, but it takes multiple keys to send money out of the wallet. So it makes it very safe for businesses to use for large amounts of money.
Okay. Do you use a bio sort of, iris and voice?
No, not yet. Maybe in the future.
We have a Korean one which
really?
has that, a shield cure.
Wow.
And I also represent switch token, which is to switch from fossil to solar.
Oh.
I represent that and momentum.
The world is ready for that switch, I'm sure.
Yeah, yes, the switch. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you somewhere in
maybe Mexico next
year.
Mexico,
Acapulco.
Maybe Acapulco. Thank you so much.
Very good, thank you.